multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Trap Queens, streaming online at BET.plus. Patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Let me tell you why you should join. You will gain access to master level teaching and coaching, which includes Sunday morning prayer calls with Dr. Reid, Wednesday night breakdown with Dr. Reid, the virtual prophets, pastoral counselors, and coaches, divine partnerships and networking with the like-minded community, exclusive content, which includes daily posts, ranging in topics that are too expansive to share on Dr. Reid's public platform, including money, health and wellness, entrepreneurship, relationships, prophecy, prayer, and more. Become a member today by logging on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live today. Join with people from around the world praying 15 minutes every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 667-770-1402, code 974-8029#. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com.
We're about to have a conversation. Hello, this is Larry Reid on IG. I have a question to ask. I probably could have asked in my closed community because I'm sure I got studs over there. But a question that came up that the person who does my weekly thing, what's this called? What am I getting?
Vitamin infusion.
Vitamin infusion. I'm getting vitamin infusion. And I have a nice lady in Atlanta do it, and a nice lady here in Miami that does it. And the conversation was, why do women like studs? So hopefully there'll be some studs that can come in here. Y'all telling me to talk louder. You can't hear me? Okay, turn your phone up. Your phone is cheap. Where you get your phone from? Toys R Us or KB Toys or something? You're supposed to go to AT&T, Verizon, and if you really just in the country, go get Sprint. But to stay away from this Verizon or AT&T, that's it if you in the North of Americas. But anyway, so the question that we was having was, why do women like studs? Let me tell you what a stud is. A stud is a woman who's a lesbian, but it's a certain type of lesbian. Usually these lesbians, they look more boyish. Usually have low haircuts. They may tack down the titties and hide the chest meat, put up on their arm somewhere. And what else? They present more as men, not like a trans man though, but they live at it. And so the person who does my thing was like, well, why do they do that? Just go get a man. I said, no. Now, I'm going to tell you what I said, and y'all tell me what's right. I said that she like women, but she also like men. Usually bisexual women like studs. Now, put in the chat, hopefully Mel is in here, or Joy or somebody, that can tell me, that know better than what I know. From what I've seen, though, bisexual women like studs. Like, what's the woman with the big, nice titties that was on the show with the nails? And she friends with Sherry Shepherd. Not Lunel. not Lil. The other woman, she used to play on. She like Stace Niecy Nash.
Oh.
Her husband, wife. Well, how did her partner identify? Trans male. I think she's a stud. She's a stud. Okay, Niecy Nash's wife is a stud.
Oh, I thought you. I
No,
thought it was.
you thought that was a man? That ain't no man.
I didn't look. I guess I didn't.
No, right,
Yeah, it was
right.
just a.
Now, so she would be a stud. Now, Brittany Griner, they showed me a video yesterday of her with shirtless. She has a regular chest that looks like mine.
Oh, so that's a stud too.
She's a stud too. She's not a trans man, but she talk like this and everything.
She probably got hormones.
Yeah, she probably taking hormones, but she's a stud. Now, I think that's right. Yeah, so I guess what it is. It's just there's some lesbians who like to present like a tomboy or a male, masculine male, like a hetero masculine male. I think I'm saying all that right. But they like women, and then the women who usually like them are women who are bisexual. That's been my experience. So that would be my take on that. Yeah, somebody says the best of both worlds. So that's a bisexual. Or a bisexual person is like that. They real, what's the word? Greedy.
Right. So that means they want a woman
And a man in one.
one.
And they're the kind of bisexual woman that can do without the peen. There's need the masculine man presenting.
So you just need the illusion of a man.
The illusion. Great. You got nurse mind. It's a great way to put it. The illusion of a man. Right. Exactly. Okay, somebody said the bisexual woman likes the look of a man and the sensitivity and emotion of the woman. Yeah, because what I've noticed in the little bit of dating that I have done, and referring to my marriage prior, I felt like my wife and women want me to be a man, but inside want me to be a woman. They want to make me their girlfriend.
No, I don't think that's true.
I'm
I think,
my experience.
Yes, we want to have our men a little sensitive, like, you know, you're listening and you're being attentive, but I don't want a woman.
But men
I don't
are
want my best friend.
But men are like that.
I know that's
You got a few men here and there that's sensitive and listener. That's not how
Right.
we are. Okay. So to me, I'm being feminized. That's the way I describe it. It's like I want me to be feminized. I'm not gonna cry when you cry. I'm gonna try to fix it when you cry.
right.
I'm not going to.
And that's great. That's what I love about a man.
That's what you say, because you Jamaican.
But there's lesbian Jamaicans too.
I know, but your cultures was different. Y'all still like men to be men. American women are not like that. American black women have changed. They do not want us to be men anymore. They want us to be feminized men. They want us to listen.
We want everybody to listen to us.
But the old black women was okay with their husband not listening to them because they had their girlfriends and they were worried about the children and their job or whatever was going on. They knew who their husband was and they let him be. Long as he wasn't cheating and he was bringing home the money, all the rest of it didn't matter.
It seems like a lot of confusion to me. But I don't want to offend anyone.
No, but they're just talking. We just talk. It's not a matter of offending nobody. Yeah, but I'm not like that. Naturally, I'm not like that. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to cut up. I'm going to listen when you're in pain. I'm going to jump in a certain way. I'm probably going to show up the way you want me to show up when something's wrong. Mm-hmm. But when everything all right, I'm like, all right, well, let me put my focus over here. And then the problem come and fix again, I'm put my focus over there. And that's me. I'm not saying it's right. It's probably a flaw, but that's me.
But what happens to having a good girlfriend, like your friend, that you guys confide in each other and you guys are there for each other, but
a man and a woman?
No, a woman and a woman, like my best friend. We confide, we have issues, we talk, and then that's it. There's nothing sexual about it. And then now I go to my husband
for the ping.
Right, and then
I can work with that
too, because my husband and I, we're a team. Like we have a friendship. We talk to each other, but obviously there's some things. It's just men, like
right.
that's just how we have gender roles. Everybody is a bit different. And I respect that. Like, there's something he's not gonna relate on with me, which is fine. It's okay.
And it's not gonna care. We're just gonna play the role like we do. We don't really be caring the way y'all care. We don't. I'm telling you what the truth is. We don't. Y'all care about stuff we do not care. I don't understand why this has happened. Lisa's done the other day, the last 2 days, because she's getting stuff together for Zoe to go back into regular school. I don't understand why. And I'm just listening. Yeah, really. I do not care at all. I just want to know if she enrolled or not. I want to hear nothing about the middle part between them.
Yes, with you, man, you have one of the facts. So my husband is the same thing. He's like, well, what do you not need to understand? Like, is it yes or no?
Yeah, exactly. And so I've learned that doesn't communicate well with her. So I just listen.
How we function.
Yeah, so I just listen. I did not care at all. And I just listen. And the old me will get irritated that you keep talking about it, trying to make me care about it the way you do. So I just play a role. Really? That happened? Oh my God. Well, why didn't she let you know what the truth was? The lady told me that I needed, but I don't understand. I said, well, it'll probably be all right. And I mind you, nothing in me cared anything about it. I don't want to know when Zoe's enrolled.
So then that's why a woman wants another woman, because she can relate.
Yes.
But they still want the illusion of having a man.
There you go.
So are they delusional?
Now you said I didn't. You're a black woman. There's a black woman that said that. I did not say that. But what I'm saying, they want to feminize us in a way that I don't think is fair.
That's not fair, because that's not. I mean, I
It's
don't want to
not
sound
who we-
old, but that's just not how God made us.
I ain't gonna put God in it.
Don't show my face.
I ain't gonna put it in your face. I ain't gonna put God.
They come attack me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do you like that. I'm not gonna put God
But I
in
mean,
it.
we're different. You can't have 100% everything. That's just life and everything. You can't have everything. You can't be the richest. You can't be the sexiest. You can't be the prettiest, sweetest. You can't.
Yeah.
And with your relationship, it's not gonna be 100%. You want it to be as close to 100%. Like I'm saying, like 99, but. It's hard to have everything.
But
that's unrealistic.
But
that's
let's tell the
life.
truth. Women are very, very selfish.
We are.
And you're raised to be that way. And it's okay. As long as you understand that you're selfish and you're raised to get what you want. So when you get with a man that's not going to give you what you want 100%, how do you respond to that? That's the thing.
Is that a society flaw? Like, are we raising our daughters to be that way?
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's not realistic. That's not life.
It's not.
Life is not. We always say, life is unfair. Life is not fair. But yeah, we are like,
right. But see, that's the situation me and my baby mother of my children, and me have with our children. So she raises them, in my opinion, in a way for unrealistic world. Now she's changed in the last year, or maybe two. Well, but last year.
unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, because like we fix everything for them, provide everything for them. And that's just not life. And they get what they need without doing anything for it. And it's just not the way the world is.
Right. Because it will leave you.
And used to get in their way. And it's just not,
Yeah, but back to like even just having everything you want, like relationship wise, like I guess nobody wants to say if it's not 100% to what they want, right? Because they will leave you tomorrow. Married today, gone tomorrow. They can't get everything.
Yeah. So the reason why a lesbian woman or a bisexual woman will want I'm gonna say a bisexual woman want a stud is because she's getting the best of both worlds. Okay, I can go with that. Okay. Ooh, penis is also not the only way that a woman can be penetrated. Now that.
Yes, I know that.
I ain't never thought of it.
Well, yeah, you can use objects, non-penis.
Oh, I ain't thinking about that. I'm thinking about penetration, psychologically, emotionally. I wasn't even thinking about like dildo. I know about strap-ons though. Yeah. I mean, well, that don't feel the same. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it's not a human body. It's not warm. It's not. Yeah. It's not producing the.
Right. They would have to get a dildo to assimilate a man's penis.
But why even go through all of that?
Like with veins? that gets
it's
warm
like you want
and
to-
throbs.
Okay, fine. Yes, you're gonna buy all of this. Why you seeking all of this illusion when you can just get a natural thing, a man?
But with that penis comes the man. What if the man you don't want?
Well, there's other men. It's not only. I mean, there's different varieties and characteristics of different men. So
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know why they like studs. Just coming in Genesis 1. You should have some information on this now. Ask around.
That's a man talking.
It's a woman.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Radio Robin. Am I taking requests? What do you mean?
I guess they want to chime in.
Oh, they want to chime in on the conversation? Okay. Let me look and see if it's somebody I know. Okay, let me see. I don't know these people, so I'm nervous about letting the people in. You guys, because I don't know who it is. Okay, they didn't come in. Okay, let's try this one. I guess these are women that's going to tell me. Good afternoon, Dr. Inquisitive. That's their name, Dr. Inquisitive. Yeah. 50, great, the strap. Okay. So the strap don't feel right, I'm sure.
But that's not the point. You could be strapped in with.
Oh, Oscar said, I'm buying, I like films. What, you married to a man?
No,
So,
if you're married to okay, but that's another story.
yeah, but she's married to a man.
Right. So
But she said she likes films.
it's a whole lot of different layers.
It is.
I mean, okay, so like I get it. Some people you're married and you swing because like you like to have sex,
Yeah.
but overall your relationship is
With a man.
But yes,
Yeah.
you do other activities. The sex part, I get that. Like the sex part, you want to be with. Sometimes you want to be with him. Sometimes fine, that's sex. That's just recreation.
Oh, you know, I just had a thought. I mean, because the only way that Larry Reid could be with a man, he gotta be like a woman. That's
right. But
in the relationship.
That's an illusion too, 'cause it's like
It's an illusion. I don't know. Hold on. Explain what I mean. Lord, I say something, everything on camera to give for folk to use to do everything. Because they're gonna use that for everything. But let me explain when I say like a woman. Have to be like a meaning. So he has to take the passive role.
right. That's the
Not because it's what I want. It's just because I know myself so well. I'm going to take the more aggressive, leading, running role. Right. I'm gonna take that role, and I'm not gonna because I got men that work with me that are contractors in my life, and they have to take that role. If they do not take that role, there's a problem. So I know for a relationship, they're going to have to take that role, or it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
But so like separating relationship from recreation, which is sex.
Mm-hmm. Can't sell Vegas said, Larry, let's come out the closet. I wouldn't have. Look, if there was a closet for me to be in, I wouldn't be in it. This is not my personality to be scared of anything. This thing make me look funny. I filter on this. See what else? Joy did. I don't see it. It's not coming through. I'm gonna find it though. Let me say go live. I'm gonna go live with her. She can tell me.
You live right now?
Yeah. Here she go. This is my daughter. How you doing?
Hello.
So give me.
Daughter?
Yes. So she has a wife and everything. So tell me why your experience that women like studs.
Well, stud is the old term. That's first.
Okay.
It's really masculine of center. And because of that, that is where you branch off into the different perspective, the non-binary one, the androgynous looking one. Me personally, I don't consider I'm a stud because I don't embrace the masculine side. I just like to wear I like my dominant self. I like the feminine part of me, but I wear men clothes because I like the way they look on me. But then I'll wear a tuxedo and have on a girl Prince looking shirt with a tie and a clutch bag. Yeah. It all depends on how that, but most women, it's almost like unwrapping the present. It's like you see what the package look like on the outside, but when you open it up, it's exactly what you was looking for. And so it's just attraction. It's not even have to do with sex, except when you get down to like with men, as your doctor stated about just get the real thing. It's who is attached to is who you don't want.
That's what I said when I said because that penis attached to a man.
Exactly. And me personally, we got a Mr. Marcus. So ours is constructed just like Mr. Marcus. That's what it's called.
Wait a minute. What is that?
That is so our strap on, the one that we purchased for her pleasure, because my wife loves penetration. Now you know I don't,
Right.
but my wife do.
Right.
So we have a Mr. Marcus. The skin texture of, we paid good money for it. The skin texture of it, the feel, all of that. It's almost real.
Whoa.
Well, we were just like alluding to that anyway. Remember we were saying if you're gonna buy something that's
because she said we don't have to use it all the time for her pleasure, but it doesn't stop them from liking penetration. That ain't got nothing to do with your sexual preference if you like to be penetrated or not.
Okay, now wait a minute. Now, this brings another conversation up that I've always said that people drag me for, because I say a straight man can enjoy being penetrated. What you call that now?
Pegging.
Being ate out, but not be, and even enjoy fellatio from a man,
right,
and not be gay.
Exactly.
I've been saying that since Jesus was a baby and the devil was in the Tennessee with tambourine and twisting. I have been saying it for so long, and now there's science coming out about it, and people are being more forthcoming about it. We got people like Tank who says, "Please eat me out." Tank says that. You know, then there are other people who are coming out who people know love women, who are saying, "Yes, play with my prostate." Prostate.
But okay, but the penetration, and you're heterosexual, you're straight.
Yeah, because she said her wife, who is a lesbian, enjoys penetration, but don't want no man.
Right, but she's playing the female role.
But see, that's where heteros get it mixed up. It's not about roles. It's not. I'm not trying to be a man, because the way who I was raised by, my uncles, my grandfathers, they showed me what a man should look like. I'm not trying to emulate that. I'm myself, but I take on the responsibility of the head of my household. It's a responsibility. It's not a role. I don't have to play a man to be who I am. And most women that I hang around that are mature, they're not trying to play a man. It's them young ones that want to, because believe it or not, when you put on certain outfits, it does change your persona. So if you putting on a certain like you call it cross dressing, it could be the same thing with a dress. When you put it on, you feel totally different. Clothes do bring that upon you. Yeah. But when you're true in yourself, it doesn't matter. I can wear a skirt right now and still feel the same way. And look good in it.
And I've seen a feminine presenting, very feminine presenting married woman, married to another woman, but she takes that role of provider. Right,
and that's it. So in my house, I'm the breadwinner. I'm the head of my house, so I'm expected to lead because that's just my nature.
That's your character.
But yeah, that has nothing to do with who I want to be, because the other men in my life that I've seen, like my fake uncles and all of them that was married to my aunties, they wasn't good examples to want to be like anyway. They wasn't good examples. I've had really good examples, and it's not like, oh, I want to be like that. It's, I love the way he loved in that type of way, and that's how I love. But no, I don't want to be him. I don't want to walk around. I don't, like some of my friends, they walk around with it on. I ain't got time for that. I sweat. I'm not gonna walk around with no extra piece that don't belong to me.
Wow.
And just like some women, they call them stems. So they're like almost like Latrice. Okay. Latrice gives you masculine, but she still has the makeup. Her hair is laid. That is considered a stem. Somebody like me is like more of a
stem on the flowers. That's what you
Yeah, STEM. Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be because it's stud and fem put together, so it's called a
Oh, got it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Stud and fem. Okay, that would be Latrice. Because some days she give you 100% film. Then another day she put a ball cap on, she gives the.
And a lot of women like that. That's what the brat gives. That's what
Yeah, the brand.
Light gives.
Yes.
And she
Yes.
got a whole husband. And just because a person is bi, back then we were taught that bi people was selfish. That's not the truth. Just because Oz is married
How about
to,
greedy?
yeah, they're not greedy because it's the fact that they enjoy both sexes.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with that. Because like with Oz, she married the person that captured her heart. Just because she might like to lay with a woman, don't mean a woman captures her heart.
Right.
I'm not a man hater. I just don't want him on top of me.
And see, this is what is so great. Those of you that are watching, Joy is one of the leaders in the church, the breakthrough that y'all see, and now she's reconnected herself with the ministry, and of course we're gonna put her in the leadership right where she belongs. But this is the reason why, because in just that little bit of conversation with you, you have just clarified and cleared up a lot of my thinking. And in order for a lot of you that in the chat, if you're dealing with pastors, this is how come I'm pushing pastors to go and get an education, because you need culturalization that comes along with the education. And if you are going to inspire and lead people, you got to understand people and the world that they're in. And you have just cleared that up.
I'm gonna throw you another curveball, because the newest big thing out now is, well, it's a few new things that's out. You have the gay male that only wants to be with a stud presenting female.
I've seen that.
Wait.
I've seen that. Now I'm gonna say, go ahead.
Repeat that.
Yep, the straight male. Oh no, she said the gay male.
Gay male.
The straight and gay male. I know this is true. The straight man and the gay man who is only liking women that are stud or masculine presenting, meaning they still have a puss, but they look like a man. I know that's true. That's happening.
And how transgender, our transgender community, you have a female to a male, male to a female, and they're
together.
Get married and have babies and everything.
I've seen that.
So it's not about the role. All it is about is it's that pansexuality where everybody need to follow their heart. Don't worry. And I think a lot of, and I'm not bashing on heterosexual, but a lot of them think about the sexual part of it.
Well, it's not bashing. That's highlighting the truth, because that's how we think. You got to think the world that we were raised in. Even you were raised in this world.
Yeah.
It was traditional roles, traditional sexuality.
Okay, I'm gonna let you finish. Sorry.
Yeah, it's that we have a different brain, so we don't understand that. What we gonna say?
But I hate that we're making it a negative light for traditional roles. What's wrong with traditional roles?
I don't think. I agree with that. I agree with that.
I mean, that's just how we were planted on this earth.
Right.
I am a Christian, so I can speak, religiously as a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
God put male and female, Adam and Eve. You go back to Genesis, and then you put on this earth, and that's what the roles that we were given to multiply and reproduce.
There we go. I read that one.
But that's true, and that's how we were raised. But because I'm gonna tell you how I got into started opening up my mind, because I always refer back to that. But what happened from then to now, the in between?
Right. Okay. So my understanding of it, and I said I don't mind. Everybody, they do what they want to do. That's their life. That's totally fine. I don't have.
I hear your Jamaican at totally fine.
It's totally okay. It's fine. I don't, I have no judgment, or I'm not judgmental. Like, that's how you live your household, that's fine. That's your household. You are entitled to live your life how you want to live your life. That's fine. But I'm just saying,
don't demonize the traditional.
Right, because that's kind of doing the reverse.
It is.
What
It is.
You know what I mean?
But see, and I think that's the problem, Joy. You chime in here as well. I think that's the problem with this trans women and women conversation, and it's mainly troubling Black women. And I think it's because there's a small community in the trans community that almost now wants to make the woman's role to be shifted to fit. So now the women got to be cis women.
Yes, absolutely.
You hear that, right? And I understand that. Before I didn't understand that. But I understand it clearly because you're like, no, you guys are transitioning to become us. So you're a trans woman and I'm a woman. So I totally understand. And they can call themselves natural women or real women. I don't care. The thing is that when you start embracing these new roles, gender identities, and new sexuality, you have to do it with some respect for people who have not, don't have the
transition with. They have.
Say it again now.
I said, just like you said, a lot of people haven't transitioned with people who transition, and that's where the problem. Now, when it comes down to the only issue I have in the whole community, don't ever call me a dyke. To me, that's like a white person calling me a nigga.
Oh yeah,
that word is negative. Other than that, I don't care if a transgender female want to consider women. That's how, because we have to realize a lot of people that has a dysphoria is here. In their eyes, they never saw themselves in the way the mirror reflected them. Same thing that we had to go through before we had gastric surgery. You have to go through a psychological therapy to say, do you even see yourself skinny? Because if not, you're going to always see that you have a problem. And that's where a lot of people don't want to deal with. So they're trying to make, now granted, I don't agree with making somebody accept how you see yourself. You need to be okay with how you see yourself. Because when I walk on my job site, I don't care, because I work in a very white dominated male industry. You're going to see me and I'm comfortable in me. And that's how you have to present yourself, but not make nobody do it. And that's how they are. I'm not mad on how they feel. My thing is, you don't have to be included to be included. Like, stand on your own. If you want to be called a woman, so what? Take it. Take my ovaries too. Knock yourself right on out. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to procreation, we got to keep in mind procreation wasn't supposed to be pleasurable. If it was the African culture wouldn't cut off your clitoris to remove that pleasure point. It was there to make babies. So why does somebody's same gender loving is stopping you from producing babies when that's not the issue? And so I understand the traditional side of it. I get it and where it's supposed to look like, but we were all created in his image and after his likeness. So you're telling me just because I love the look of a female that it violates your perspective of what love is? That's not true. And that's where the argument between same gender loving and heterosexuals come in. It ain't got nothing to do with you, who I lay up with and who I think is pretty.
Yeah, in my book, Church Critic, which is Examination of the Lens of Larry Life Show, I have a whole section in there about the church and same-gender loving. And it's so wrong. We got it wrong. And let me explain what I mean. We do not have the language. We do not have the wherewithal. We do not have the unbiasedness, if that's a word, to be able to minister to that community. But the gravity of what I'm saying when I say that, to me, it's so wrong, because it should not matter who a person is. It is not supposed to matter when we are presenting Jesus and his love. Why are we so concerned about who we're talking to?
And I think that issue is,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And I think that issue is because we didn't get that information our reference book is the Bible.
Yeah.
Love it or hate it.
Yeah.
But there's no reference point for this alternative to tradition in that book. So therefore, there's a lot of room for speculation. So
yeah, I mean, somebody else will say there is, but it's a matter of how you interpret it and what you believe about the way the Bible was put together as well. What would you say?
For the basis of Christianity is the
Bible. It's not only reference. There's an older book.
Right. You talking about
the Ethiopian Coptic original Bible that's 800 years predates the King James Version.
Right, because so there it's before
Alteration.
It's before Christian. So, but I'm just speaking of Christianity
Right.
on a whole, and I'm including every denomination. It's not just one denomination.
Right.
If you believe in Jesus Christ and Christianity, you fall into this category. But our reference book is the Bible, so therefore they don't talk about anything other than the traditional relationship. So that's where a lot of misunderstanding, or I don't understand. I can say I don't understand as well. As I said, I don't judge. I mean, if that's how you live your household, that's fine. That doesn't matter to me.
But in the same Bible, there has been some overlooking. I mean, because the Bible gives us a different understanding of different type of relationships, like a man having several wives. But we don't talk about it, but it's in there.
But it's also what a person sees, in my perspective, because you see me as a female dressed like a man. You see my boobs, you see my hips, you see all of that. But what about those who are physically male, but their chromosomal makeup is female? But because you don't see their feminine attributes, you automatically assume that they're a man. So just because you see my boobs, you don't see their boobs. It's like, so what you're going to do, make them take their clothes off to say, oh, you're not the traditional way? No, that's not right. We have to look at that soul.
No,
and
that's not a good reference, but that's an anomaly, because that's less than 1%. If you're going to get into genetics and science, that's a different story. Like, that's less than 1%. It's actually an abnormality.
It's about intersex.
Yeah.
When you're, I'm gathering about, phenotype, they have different genes from what they're expressing. So that's a whole,
But
genetics.
I know it's less than 1% right now, but that percentage is growing. And
it's considered a defect because that's not the majority.
But
less, you know what I mean? So,
but let's talk about that though. That's for a person that is intersex, and we call it a defect. I mean, it's like.
It's because it's not the normal.
But
that's just how evolution of history is. Whatever is the majority is considered the norm. But no, I'm in anything.
Right.
But I'm just saying, if you just look at the evolution of Homo sapiens.
Right.
Whatever the majority is, that's what's normal, and that's what keeps pushing the population.
I like majority.
So but that's in science and medicine. We just call it defects. It's not to be. Don't take it personal. I'm
not taking it personal because I got one.
I know I said the word defects just because that's just
that's the medical term.
But
it is the doctors.
You have to have boundaries and what you call certain
But it
things.
was the doctors that sort of helped arrange this like this, and I think that needs to be revisited because medicine stems from a traditional standpoint. Yeah, it does.
But it's also that's just the reality of it, because two penis cannot make make a zygote cannot make a child, and then two vaginas cannot as well. So that's just. But what if one of those? What is basic math of science?
But what if one of those clitorises have a penis connected to it that actually can't impregnate the other vagina?
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's a defect. That's an abnormality.
But that also.
I'm not saying personally the person is a defect person. Like, because they could be an amazing person that just, reproductively that just didn't work for them. Right. That's just one organ of the body.
But if we use
just that organ,
just the organ is
defective,
not the person.
Right.
And I like that.
Right, because people can have defect with their heart, but then their whole whole person just throw them away. They have a bad heart, so that's.
I like differentiating the person from the organ.
Right.
I think we should do that across the board. Yeah. But go ahead.
No, I was going to say, if we're going to use the vagina-penis conversation at what is to make a homosexual feel ostracized, what about those that are straight heterosexuals that can't use those organs to procreate? So is that going to put them into a different category of, well, you're not normal because you can't have it?
No, not at all. I'm saying that's just the organ is defective. That's just.
Well, she said
it is what it is. It's just
organ.
Yeah, it's nothing personal. I think a lot of times people get that confused. They're like taking it personal. Like, it's just literally the blunt, harsh signs of it that the organ is defective. It cannot, like a woman that cannot reproduce I mean, they're an amazing person. Not saying nothing wrong with them, but their organ is they cannot reproduce. Like that's just what it is. It happens.
Yeah.
And
That's a defect.
Right, it's a defect.
It's viewed as a defect in medicine.
Right, and a defect in that organ. But that's it. That's not saying the person's a defective person. Like, don't need a recall.
Yeah, but see, that's the reason why I said it may be a good thing if we can begin to separate people's identity from their sexual organs altogether, or sexual function, or lack thereof.
Right, because that's what I was kind of getting to when you were saying, you were asking about the traditional form of man and woman to like the progression to now. My understanding of it is there's just a lot of different sexual preferences that have accumulated over time that people are exploring, that are more open about it. So
you think that?
Yeah.
I think it's always been here.
It's always kind of been there, back in the Bible. There's a certain section that talks about that society,
and even historically, that predates the King James Bible version.
Right,
They were,
people were doing.
I don't think it was as accepted and talked about as now.
Right, but also what I gather is those were just activities that they were doing. So it's not necessarily how they were living their lifestyle. It was just, okay, that's a form of recreation.
No, but
that's
now that is true. It was a form of recreation, but they were people in the king's court who were for the purpose of pleasure.
Right, that's also true. They were used as, like, what do you call them? Yeah, they were used. They were a tool.
Yeah, but we done got way off subject. So let's back to the subject. The reason why a woman, a lesbian woman, would want a stud is, one more time, Joy, tell us.
Is the attraction of the difference. It's and that's only to some, so I'm gonna make sure I separate those two. It's the attraction to something different. Me personally, I'm only attracted to feminine females. I won't look at nobody who dressed like me. It's not attractive to me. So, but there are studs that only date studs. Yeah. But at the end of the day, when you take that ribbon off, which is their clothes, they got the same thing you got. And it's probably shaped better. And that's typically it. It's all about what is appealing to your eyes. It's the like when you see a certain outfit and the way it make you feel and it gives you that, oh, like I like that. That's all it is. It's just an attraction. And like with Niecy Nash's wife, she called her studsman because she really truly embraces her masculinity side a lot hard.
What about Brittany Griner? I just saw her without no shirt. I was like, oh my goodness.
She hasn't come out as if she's transitioning. However, her hormones are more masculine than her female hormones. And she embraces that, plus her that's just her.
Man, she talk like this.
Yeah, her voice is deeper than mine. I mean, my hormones are off. I get facial hair, but I don't like it. I got to cut it off. Some women want that. They okay with that. So it's really just a matter of what is attractive to you. My wife can put on a dress, but then if she don't have on the right shoe, I'm no longer attracted. It's all what's attractive. And that's it. And I think because like yes, like I don't like them combat boots. Go put on the heel.
People are attracted to what they're attracted to.
And that's it. It really just is what is attractive to you. And I'm gonna throw this other caveat. I promise I'm gonna leave it alone. But it's a lot of studs that are so feminine in the bedroom, is scary. Like they act like they're a hard man on the outside, but they're the ones that's taking it like no other.
Because a lot of women behave that way anyway. They just don't dress like the man.
Let me tell you, there's a guy I know that is, I'm going to say sex worker, but I don't know if he would be okay with me saying that. And he has a female couple that comes to him regularly for a threesome. And it's the stud that wants him to just plow through them.
I get more invitations from men. I don't care if I walked in with a tuxedo and a top hat. When we go out or out and about, they don't even look at Shay and all her friends. They come to me and I be like, wait a minute, so we got on the same thing.
But see, that's that's another conversation.
Is there a certain type, a demographic of men? I'm curious.
And it's mainly Jamaican men and African.
But look, the thing is this though. That's another conversation which I gotta find somebody to have that conversation with because I want to understand it because I'm seeing that pattern, and I'm seeing a lot of men who I know love women, but have looked at a stud and be like, yeah, I want mine. So what is happening?
They
This
still,
is a different world.
they still see the shape. They still see. I don't care how much you sag, your butt is there, and it's there.
What's up and have nice button too? So.
You said it again, Jamaican butt tone.
But they.
I love it when you go back to walk. Okay. All right, Joy. Thank you so much.
I love you.
I think I'm gonna post this on my main page. This is
Thank
IG.
Thank you for your reasoning too.
Yeah.
That's usually.
You can't. And see the thing. What we mess up at the church, we have these kind of they attempt. I'm gonna put them over there. When they do something I don't like, I'm gonna say they. But something they like, I say us. But with the church, when they have these kind of conversations, and it's led by people who are heterosexual or who at least do not have the knowledge base and experience base they need in order to have the kind of conversation. Otherwise, it's going to be one-sided. Yeah.
I think you have to be respectful and listen to what other people are saying. You don't have to agree, but it's just we're having like a true conversation, trying to understand what the other person is thinking.
Exactly. So. All right. Thank you, Joe. I love you.
Love you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Trap Queens, streaming online at BET.plus. Patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Let me tell you why you should join. You will gain access to master level teaching and coaching, which includes Sunday morning prayer calls with Dr. Reid, Wednesday night breakdown with Dr. Reid, the virtual prophets, pastoral counselors, and coaches, divine partnerships and networking with the like-minded community, exclusive content, which includes daily posts, ranging in topics that are too expansive to share on Dr. Reid's public platform, including money, health and wellness, entrepreneurship, relationships, prophecy, prayer, and more. Become a member today by logging on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live today. Join with people from around the world praying 15 minutes every Tuesday and Thursday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 667-770-1402, code 974-8029#. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com.